Number one, make sure when you leave, you bring extra batteries, in which I did not do, but it's okay. I've got like 5 remotes with plenty of batteries, so we're good. But yeah, and I literally, yeah, you laugh, but literally I'm like in the car as we're driving going, oh crap, I didn't grab batteries, but they're in the remotes like I've told you guys to do. Take your batteries out when you're done, but kind of maybe keep them with you, but don't leave them in your pocket because you may wash them and then that's not good. And your wife finds them in the dryer because they're banging around. So.
Oh my god. I'm sure that conversation went over well.
I think I have to say it like this. It was weird, but it was still awesome at the same time. So yesterday, coming back from the auto parts store, I'm driving Jaguar, and there's this black Jeep Cherokee that was like parked well, not parked, but stopped 4 spaces before the red light. And I thought that was kind of odd. As I'm driving by, this guy screams out the window and he's like hanging out and he's like, RC guy! I think I was blown away. That was, like I said, that was like weird, but awesome. So anyways, this is RC Guy Garage, and yes, I am driving Jaguar. What are you doing? So there actually is the RC Guy Garage first ever coming in hot merch drop. Yeah, I finally figured out a design. The shirts are on the way, and if anybody's interested, you'll be able to place your orders like within a couple of weeks. I still don't even understand why anybody would want any, but maybe I should get it, only because I buy into Cletus McFarlane stuff, Diesel Brothers. I buy obviously Ford, Chevy, logoed hats and stuff like that. So maybe I should just, you know, wake up and realize that some things are just cool. I don't know. It's weird. The other thing I wanted to bring attention to, so I did actually miss one individual, Riff Raff's RC. He had actually donated to the cause, but unfortunately his channel got deleted by a hacker. So if you are inclined, look up Riff Raff's RC. You'll see his face and his thing. He only has 28 subscribers right now. He had over 300, I believe, and to lose all that content, it's a rough hit. And a couple of YouTubers that I know this has happened to, and hopefully YouTube is going to straighten this all, well, straighten it out. I don't even know. Hopefully they're going to straighten it out, because it does take work to produce this content. I mean, is it fun? Of course it is. I mean, that's why I'm doing it. I don't think you want to get stuck on that. Oh, no. He's literally backwards the whole way. What was that? Animal!
Now at this point I have been thinking that I am hearing the typical 3S line of clicking where sand can get into that module.
Stop being a mechanic, let's go. He's being a mechanic. Stop being a mechanic, let's go. What did I say? Oh no! With the big rockets.
Stop being a mechanic.
You know what's crazy? Where did it happen? Because with the big rock, it's a little different. I know, literally here I am. I'm like, stop being a mechanic.
And then
he's like, I hear something, and I see a wheel.
Rolling like right past you.
Oh, I jinxed you.
I was literally just like, I was just barely cruising just behind you, and then I just see the wheel just come off. I was just like, I knew it.
I literally jinxed you. All right, so they literally don't give you the right Allen wrench for that. Oh, that's dumb. So they do not give you the right size Allen wrench. To pull that out, that's a 1.5.
So what is that?
It's a 1.5.
Well, like what I'm saying is, what is that for?
What?
That Allen.
It's something else in the truck. All right, so what I did find is I did find a pin, but unfortunately the pin needs to be cut down. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna cut it basically down on my grinder. Or not. All right, like I said, I'm gonna be doing it with the grinder. Right. The blue tip. Just a little bit more. Right there is probably good. Touch it up. Make it smooth again. That should be it. Just a little more. Haley, where you going? Just need a little bit more. Now that should be it. Here we go. I think that's it. Maybe, maybe not. Yeah, it's in. Perfect. And he's got a red nut. Alright. So I'm going to just literally give you these. That way you have at least two real tools, kinda. Oh, that's nice. Alright, so what had happened obviously with his truck was he lost the wheel nut, which in turn caused him to lose his hex, which he did find, and then he really lost obviously the lug nut and the pin. Couldn't find the pin, so you saw that I made a pin. All I did was just shorten one side and then ran it through the wheel just to kind of grind it down. But what I wanted to show him was I didn't want him to just go ahead and do that, because granted it doesn't seem to happen for some reason for the big rock, but I wanted to show him like what this scenario is and how to get after that. So what he really needs to do is just pull this off, which is using probably that, which is a 2.5 or a 2, because this is a 2.5, and he's going to pop the top link control arm or upper link arm off of the hub, the rear hub, which is going to allow him to basically pull this back, and I'll show him. Yep. So now what you'll do is, usually what we do is you take the tire, stick it under, give you some leverage or room over the model. Take this and you pull it all the way out, right? So you go all the way in with a screwdriver, and that's where you can feel that there's a lock nut, right? So that's loose. Yep. So that was literally already loose. So what we'll do is we'll throw some thread lock on this, because this would have literally been the next thing to fall off. So we'll pop this one off, and that's it, just like that. And then inside of there, what we'll do is we'll drop a drop of thread lock, which thread lock's right here, which is this one. So what I'll do, because I don't have, this is older thread lock, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a dab with this, and I'm going to put it on the threads right in there. And then at least what that's going to do is that's going to lock that into place. So good, yep. So it is splined, so just know that you'll have to kind of hold that, right? And the bearing also goes in, right? So it does two things. And then you use this one to screw it back down. You obviously gotta find it. And what that will do is that will prevent this. That will prevent the whole entire wheel coming off, which technically is better to happen. Kind of. You just don't want this to strip out the spline. That's part of the plastic. Now he may need to like rotate in order to get that back in, because they do clock. So they do clock. So if it doesn't go in one way, you have to spin this.
Yeah. So that one actually is keyed.
Right.
It's got a.
So it's clocked in a specific. Yeah. It's clocked in a specific direction so that it only goes really on. Technically one way, but you can flip it 180 and put it back in. So now he's aligning the top link arm with the hub, getting that little ball eyelet thing lined up with the hub. He's going to tighten that up. And then inside these hexes, unfortunately, Arrma did not give you a 1.5, which is kind of lame because you need a 1.5 to access the little screw that's right here, which is really the reason why he lost this pin. He lost the hex and the pin because this little screw right here was loose. You kind of should be able to bury it. Just don't. Just don't over.
Just because the other side.
Just don't overdo it. That's all.
It's not. So I guess until it stops moving.
Yeah.
All right, that's good then.
Okay. So now obviously you'll rotate that so it's horizontal. You'll install your pin. You need a 1.5 to loosen the grub screw or set screw. I call them set screws. I know some people call them grub screws. He'll slide that pin into the shaft. Yep, keep it nice and horizontal. And then obviously he knows to put the hex on. And it's gonna be a good fit. So does that fit nice?
Yeah.
It's gotta go on all the way. Make sure it's in all the way.
Yep.
All right. So now what I would do is go ahead and we'll put a little thread lock on his threads for that.
I should probably be tightening that down too, huh?
Yep. So he's also, now he's going to take the little grub screw 1.5 and he's going to lock it down. You don't need to crank it because it's, you know, small and yeah, you know, you already know. And then your wheel, which is under there. And then there's your lug nut, and I believe you can use the real wrench to put that on. So now he's upgraded to red. It's an upgrade. Does that fit? It doesn't fit, does it? It's too big. Figures.
It's just like...
Figures is too big. Well, I'm sure this will be a real wrench for something at some point. Obviously not for this car. Now I wouldn't be worried about cranking that. Not with all your force, but give it a good crank on. And then obviously check the other three just to make sure. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna text message him all the links to the parts that I'm gonna suggest that he get for this truck, just to have on hand. And it might not be everything that he needs because you obviously saw the way he drove. So he's just like me, he's, you know, full trigger. So because it's fun. It's fun, isn't it? So anyways, that's it. That's how easy it was. Now he knows that he's gonna have to get a 1.5. He should get a whole set of real ones. I'll send you the links so you can go ahead and get the real ones. You can literally just do an Amazon, you know, order or whatever to get what you need. And that's it. So this is RC Guy Garage and son. And Haley. How you, Bills? and we're out. What are you doing today?